I'm always one to tell the truth these days. Well, and I'm pretty open, pretty honest about the fact that I don't know a lot about trees, but I know that I'm sitting under a ginkgo tree. Like that's just like a known thing that I know about. But what I didn't know, because I recognize the leaf shape from my childhood, and I always kind of had an affinity for Japanese things. I'm not really even sure if it is Japanese, to be honest, but that's just why I liked it. Something about it. But look at this. I didn't know that they produced fruits. Oh, I dropped it. Hold on. Shit. Like, apparently you can eat them, but they're toxic. Like, you can eat, it says adults should eat no more than 8 per day, and cooking can reduce the toxin. I'm not really trying to eat or cook this. But, like, I just didn't even know that they, like, made these. I don't pay attention. I'm told they smell like cheese. What the internet says, at least. I don't smell anything. Maybe if they rot in the sun for a while. My fingers are a little sticky, I guess. It's day 2 after Pride. Pride was the 11th. Today's the 13th. It's been 2 days since Pride, and I'm still really kind of on like an emotional come down. I'm sick of looking at myself, to be honest. Check this out. So, it was sending me like a feedback loop because I was trying to tell you Candy Chan, but I was so busy looking at myself that I was getting distracted. I became self-conscious, and I like to be ego dead when I talk about Candy Chan. I don't matter. Like, personally, me, my body only matters to keep it alive as the vessel that it's in. It's like the jar doesn't have to agree with what's in the liquid, or what liquid is inside of it, right? The liquid can harm it depending on what it is. The jar can leak into it. It's the same thing at some point. Once they're together, they're together. But that's how I feel about my story and my body and my mind. Like, we're very compartmentalized. Like, it is vacuum sealed, and it has to be, because how else would I be able to create a world? Like, it's like you go over to Tolkien's house, whatever his name is, J.R. Martin, right? And you just he's like, hey, I have no idea if he would ever had said this. Hey, what's a good name for like a dragon? And then like POV, you accidentally name the dragon. And then 10 years later, because he was lazy and let someone else in his mind, whoa. This is a restoration. I should see what it takes to get people out here to do the work for this. Like, what is the cost? And can I sell it to people? I could probably sell it to the boomers right before they die. Like, as a commercial venture. Monetizing Albany Rural Cemetery. What a joke. The swamp intensifies. Nay, we go forward. There's equisetum. There's maple tree. That's a spittle beetle. Like, it looks like spit, but that's actually a spittle beetle. I'm not spitting there. I do spit, but not there. There's an oak tree that I may have stepped on by accident in my haste. There's we're like in a little forest. There's like a geranium. There's what else do I say? That may be ramps, but I don't really know. That could be like something else, because it's got 2 of them consistently, so it's probably not ramps. I don't really know what that is indicative of, or what plant that is. That could be an aster that I just stepped on. That's probably Creeping Charlie. This one that I'm probably walking through is lilies. Lilies are interesting because like if this area was like maintained as if it was a garden, you could grow some like seriously cool like botanical, like this is like botanical landscape wet dream, seriously. Look how well irrigated this is. You start planting like curated flowers that are like fenced off in their own little like compartmentalized utopia, and you see you could have like a like ecologically landscaped, renovated, you know, you put probably, you know, 20,000 pounds worth of, you know, thing right here to drain the wetlands. You know, you put the rocks down, you ruin it. That's the whole point, is you have like the prime opportunity to keep a botanical wetland with a sign that just says something to the effect of like, watch your boots. You know, this place is already an arboretum. I think that there's no capacity whatsoever to expand into gardening. Like I wouldn't want and I wouldn't advocate for the, like, this little plant does that, this little plant does that. It's a different type of historical thing, but, and this is a big but, I do think that for native species, I think that especially what would have been here without the mowing, before the era of the mowing started, like what year was the first industrial mow at Albany's Rural Cemetery? Like, and what was the landscape itself? What was that like biodiversity wise? Like, are there accounts of this? Because like, we've certainly destroyed it, and it certainly isn't the fault of the cemetery. Like, even if the cemetery did take a good chunk of land away from nature, right, and just lawn mow it, if everything else around it also wasn't taken, which it is taken, then this place would be considered maybe one of the most peaceful, because there just isn't like houses, right? They didn't like drain the wetlands. So I have mixed feelings about this type of like theft from nature. Like, do I really want to get that hyper radicalized with it? Like, it definitely is a colonialist's wet dream, to use that phrase again, to come in and drain the wetlands. Oh boy, howdy. I forget what that plant's name is actually. Pretty sure this one here is Alsike clover. That's kind of cool. The spiky one is a cool one. Here, I'll get closer. And this one is Trifolium repens. But that's actually probably also an Alsike. Alright, we'll be right back after this. Thanks for joining. So, I'll admit, I don't offhand know how to identify any of these plants. I think this one again is some, like, there's so many types of clover that calling it Alsike clover is probably just incorrect. But it's definitely like some sort of hybrid. It's definitely some weird type of clover. But yeah, I couldn't give exactly a name for it. Like, there's so many different types of species, like, to get very specific. They actually engineer clover. I'm not suggesting that this one is going to be this, but they actually engineer these things for cattle feeding, but also for things like erosion control in like certain particular climates. And then they'll sell seed batches with different names based on, you know, what they're breeded for, allegedly. I have no idea how the science works. I've just read about it a little bit, but I guess it's the same way that anything is like engineered. But I think it's a cool idea. I'm not sure if it would really work, but you know, it's a cool idea. So what's interesting is we have hairy vetch over here. I don't remember the name of this weird spiky thing right now. Ow! It hurts though. It's not grass, it's tougher than grass. Well, it may be a type of grass, I don't know. But I mean, it's not like the normal grass. Like, if you're wondering, like, oh, it's just that type of grass. No, it's not. It's like a different, this is not what happens when you like don't mow your lawn, for example. Like, this is something different. It's maybe the same as this, I'm not really sure. I think it's maybe the same as that. That's hard to tell. I don't think they're burrs either. Like, I don't think the intention is to stick. Like, they're just not sticky, which is surprising because it looks like it's like a burr, but I don't think that's what that is. I think it's more of a defense mechanism, is just my guess, like a hey, fuck off thing, more like a like just don't eat my seeds kind of thing. But I really don't know. I don't know whether it's evolved to like stop maybe like a deer's mouth or something. Look at this. It's on the vetch. Hairy vetch is a perfect example of another thing that's engineered. Well, it's not really engineered so much as it's just like, it's just included in like industrial ground up dirt soil, like for erosion control. Like, does anyone keep that paperwork? Probably, yeah. Probably in some folder, in some binder, backed up on a cloud, you know? Like, someone probably has this information. But like also when it rains and that splashes up onto your car's tires and your car drives it here, we certainly don't have record of that. So do we have record of exactly which type of plant that this is that's just like escaped like a virus? Like, no, we don't. Like, it's feeding our butterflies, and who knows if that's even our butterfly or if this is one of those invasive ones. Personally, I do know if this is one of those invasive ones, but I don't educate about insects on this channel. I just enjoy their beauty. One thing I will say is that this thing right here may or may not be a false eye. Whoa. Whoa. Cool, right? Oh, wow. This is a, shit, what the hell is this called? Fuck. Anemone? Canadian anemone. That's gotta be it, right? Yeah, that's gotta be it. Oh, if that's wrong, I'm gonna sound like such an ass. But I'm pretty sure that's right. Anemone canadensis, maybe? Maybe that's what I was thinking of. That sounds more correct. Anemone canadensis. This one right here is gallium. Gallium. Gallium just like sounds like it could be like a gang name or something like that. This one's Buttercup. Buttercup doesn't really sound like it could be a gang. It could be like a femme gang, but like femme gangs are kind of like a meme. They're cute and all, but they're like, you know, femme gangs. This one's kind of cool. This one's Trifolium pratense, the purple clover. If it'll focus, you can see it better. Yeah, there you go. Purple clover does not really, like, it doesn't really, like, mix with white clover to create this in the middle. That's just not really how it works. Like, that's how you'd think it'd work intuitively, but I don't think that that's how that works. I used to think that that's how that worked. But now I'm fairly certain that this is what they call, like, I call it all psychic clover, but, like, it's actually, like, it really should just be called, like, any percent clover. Whoa. Achillea millefolium. I said that wrong. Achillea millefolium. Oh, look at all these weevils. They're probably going to eat all. Oh, look at them go. I actually don't know if weevils is the correct term. But, like, I don't really, like I said, I don't try to educate about insects. Look at this little, maybe a baby or a different one. It could have been like a spider, like an aphid or something. I don't really know a lot about like insects and stuff. So this one's called the Achillea millefolium. You think about it, like a million leaves. Millefolium. I assume that's why. Maybe like hundreds and hundreds of leaves. Thousands of them. This one right here. So actually it's blooming today. So like, you can see it. I like when the yarrow blooms. This is some of the first yarrow to bloom. I've seen it blooming earlier. This isn't the very first one I've seen all year. We're going to go up here and we're going to see like the rose bushes. Because at some point this was like a very well kept area, I assume. Now it's got like these bad boys. Look at that. Bum, bum, bum. That's a thistle. Bum, 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 bum. Thistle, thistle, thistle. A lot of equisetum. I'm trying not to crush it because it's a nice little wetland plant, but like whatever. I'm stompy. I try not to feel bad because I treat it like it's already mowed, if that makes sense. Like, with respect, you know. But, like, I'm not crushing, like, a wilderness habitat here for those who are like, ah, the native plants! It's like, yeah, well, they're already condemned, you know. Damn, dude. Look at this gnarly thing. I have no idea what the fuck this is. Peonies of some variety? That's the only thing I can think of, is that this is some sort of like modified, like, church organized people created, you know, like, and I say that in good faith, like, as like a good thing. It just doesn't seem like, you know, modern laboratories created this. It seems like some women probably did, to be honest. And back then it was only men and women. There was no other options at all. This one is milkweed. This is an unfortunate one if it dies, because this is what nourishes the milkweed butterfly, also known as the monarch. And yeah, everyone knows the monarch. They're like the state butterfly or some shit. This one's pretty sweet. This one's like multifloral rose, I think. Yeah, that's right. Multiflora? It's some sort of rose. You can tell because it just like looks like it. Like spiky little leaves. The thorns, that's the big thing. Shut the fuck up, dude. Listen to this dude. Whoa, tweet. You're literally telling every single bird that I'm here. Do you have any idea how annoying that is? Stop, bro. Like, you're giving away the secret. Wow. More peonies, perhaps? This is deer tick central, you can tell, because this is where the deer sleep. So we're definitely going to get ticks. Unequivocally getting ticks. Look, I'm dressed for it, too. I exposed my ankles just to piss off the audience. People hate me. They're like, you can't do that, Sarah. That's illegal. See, look. Oh, wait, there's a seed. Dun, dun, dun. I put a seed. What will grow? Perhaps nothing. Perhaps the beginning of the apocalypse. The man who brought the gypsy moth did not know what he did. Hell yeah to the deer trail. Getting roasted. Shut up. Maybe they're fighting with each other. I actually don't think they care about me at all, to be honest. Alternatively, I'm near their nesting ground. But like, I'm not really after their nest, so I'm leaving, all right? Shut up. I get it, I'm being trespassed by nature. Oh, maybe these aren't where the deer sleep. Maybe these are all nests and I'm crushing all their eggs. No, I don't see strong evidence of that. The hypothesis was not really thoroughly tested, but it's not, wait. Oh, I gotta say, I thought I heard like the deep humming of insects. Like, it's super unsettling. It doesn't exist anymore. The sound doesn't exist anymore. Like, it exists where the insects exist, but the insects don't exist out here anymore. So like, you will never run into a wasp nest again. It'll never be a problem. These thistles suck. And I'm really trying to get out of the sun and not get thistled or roasted. Look how many there are. It's a good thing I know pretty well how to avoid them. But like, you can't bring like a newbie group out here. That's not a newbie hike. Welcome to Beth Emeth Cemetery. In Loudonville, maybe? It may be technically also in Menands. I'm not really sure. It's probably, I'm not really sure where it is. But thank you for joining. We'll be back soon. So this one, I was gonna guess it was horse chestnut, and then I looked at the tree, and it literally gave me my answer, and I was so shocked because it was like the internet, right? I was like, what? I was like, am I losing my mind? But I do know that I'm not losing my mind. It's just that's a sign. Oh, look at them. It's before it hurts. These are gonna get so much bigger. These ones are like early abortions. These fell too early. Here, let's get one open. I wish I had a knife, but I do not carry a knife. I'm a little pussy. Hold on. These both. Damn, yo, like this is tough. Like this is like, I wouldn't want me to really even try to eat this. I know what people are like, well, your lawn's not mowed. Oh. No, it is actually. If it doesn't look like this, then yes, it is mowed lawn. And it's horrible. I love this. I think that this is wonderful. I don't think this is really what should be here. I think that this type of grass is not really ideal. What ecosystem is it really supporting? It's just kind of here, you know, dominating the otherwise neutralized landscape. You could probably feed, I guess, maybe some sheep. I'm not even sure if goats or sheep would like this particular type. I don't know anything really about goat or sheep. But what I do know is that it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. See, these are a little bit more of a problem. Pesky little weeds, you know, if no one mowed, then there'd just be pesky little weeds everywhere. Would that be the worst thing ever? It would certainly make it so that it'd be more difficult to just wander through someone's yard, but who cares? Like, really, who cares? Oh, God. Would we hear that noise less if we didn't mow? No, but we'd hear less mowing, that's for fucking sure. Look at this. It's like a bleached color. It's like like a rare outcome, like purple clover, Trifolium pratense. You know, it's like a weird, like pseudo albino because there is some tinting to it, but it's more pink. I mean, maybe this is also like a different species, but I don't think so. Because here's some evidence. You know, like here's like, you know, purple expression. So, and I think this one just is here coincidentally. That's the other type of, that's a white clover. You can see it's a different shape too. This one is trefoil. Here, I'll go back and I'll show you that. I'll just pick it. It literally doesn't matter. So look. I'll eat it since I picked it. Ooh, got pollen. Oh, I dropped it. Oh man, and I get to eat it. So I was like holding it up to my face and I sneezed on it and it went out of my hand. What a waste of whatever, maybe that's for a reason. Wow, look at the little blue-eye grass and the little trefoils. Let's go, let's go. Very cute. Oof. This is chicory. I always think like chikorita, but chikorita is like green, but like chicory is not, so it's probably not the same. I don't know. But yeah, and the other one, this one over here, I think this is ground elder, but I'm not going to double check, and I'm not going to put it on the screen unless if it is. So this could be ground elder, but I think it could also be other stuff. Nah, that's almost certainly ground elder. Ground elder's a good plant, to be honest. It's like elder can grow into like low-key, kind of like a shrub tree almost. Like big, tall, right? But ground elder doesn't really do that. Hence the word ground. I can like feel it vibrating under me. It's kind of freaky actually. I think it's because it's like this part falling. But it's not subtle actually. It's kind of freaking me out actually. I assume that those same vibrations from like the water surface, when that hits, something puts that energy in, and I assume it's the same that I'm feeling reverberate here. Just in the stone, you know? Just that same sort of turbulence. It also doesn't look that stable. Spooky. I mean, these really are hallowed grounds. I don't think I can think of anywhere in the entire capital region more peaceful than this place. I think getting outside of the capital region, I think you start to find some places. Peace Pagoda is a good one. There's a couple of nature preserves here and there. But, I mean, this place is really something different, you know? It honors death in a way that's like, certainly hegemonic, hierarchical, some would even say colonial, but there's, you know, at least a sacred basis for the rites of burial. You know, they say that Homo naledi now possibly buried its dead, which really isn't a new crazy thing to suggest that humans, before we were humans, as we evolved, were already burying our dead for millennia. You know, it's deep in our consciousness. You know, burn or bury, we must do away with. and honoring the land, I guess, itself, and the people with that land is a very interesting rite. Okay, so this one's known as lady's bedstraw, and it's a type of gallium. You can see it's got a very similar leaf structure to the other white gallium. And yeah, it's some of the very last days in the month of Perial before Mesador, the month of harvest. And we're live from Albany's Rural Cemetery in Menands, New York. We've also got some purple clover, Trifolium pratense, whatever the heck this is, five-finger grass, or not cinquefoil, Virginia creeper. We got some daisies over here. Let's go daisies. Oh, a deer. Sorry, I spooked you. Bye. Well, I'm actually going this way, so it's convenient that you're walking this way, because it means you're gonna cross paths, which will look pretty cool. Better hurry, you little weirdo. I'm coming your way. Dun dun dun. Bye.